Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here, back at you with another episode, Coffee with Coach. Hope everyone's up, making some moves, making things happen, got the mind in the right place. But if it's not, let's put it in the right place. All right, guys. So today, work ethic. I'm kind of following off yesterday's topic about not sitting out on rounds if you're tired or exhausted. If you're hurt, injured, like I said yesterday, you need to sit out. You must sit out. You got a rib injury, you got something bothering you, neck, back, whatever the case may be. Don't aggravate the injury. Sit out, come in, do the drills, go through the motions, techniques, and then when it comes to the grappling portion, sit out, right? But tired and exhaustion, no. If you're tired and exhausted, that doesn't count. You must continue the rounds and keep working. So work ethic breeds more work ethic, all right? So I've been talking about this with my team a lot last couple of days, weeks, whatever, since we've been back. And I just wanted to share this with everyone else. So if you do jiu-jitsu, don't do jiu-jitsu, it doesn't matter. You can put this in a lot of different areas of your life. But work ethic, when you're working really hard at something and you're really like one of the hardest workers in the room, that radiates through the whole mat area or through that room or through that office or through whatever it is, wherever you're at. If you're one of the hardest workers in the room, for one, you gain respect amongst your peers. Two, it just helps breed more of that, like more hard work, right? And the opposite happens. If you're lazy, you're tired, you're complaining, you're whining, you're moaning, you don't want to really do much, and you want to talk, it breeds more of that, okay? And we want less of that because who wants to just do nothing? We can stay home and complain and whine and moan, but when you're in the room with a lot of other people and it's time to do work, it is time to do work, right? Like I told my students the other day, I said, how many of you guys have, good morning, everyone. How many of you guys work today? This is a night class, 7 p.m. class. Mat's full, right? Packed class. More than whatever, portion of the class raise their hands. Say, I work today. Long day, kids, whatever was going on. You showed up to practice. You made it happen. You got here. But then now it's like rest time. There is no rest time. We're here. We clocked in. Just like you clock in at work, you clock into the mat area, the academy. It's time to put in the work regardless of how tired you are or whatever. That was my mindset. I worked at General Motors for all those years, 8, 9, 10 hours, depending on how the line was. They told us when we could go home. There was a set time we were supposed to go home. We didn't meet the numbers at the end of the day. We had to stay after. It sucked. Like, that was demoralizing. Like, you're expecting to check out and get things done at home or whatever, get your workout in, run, and now we got to stay after work, right? Didn't matter. I worked on one side of town, drove to the other side, and then had to drive back even further to the other side where I was working at, past that, to go to class. But when I went to class, man, I checked in. I wanted to be there. That's just me. Not everyone's like that. But jiu-jitsu was very important to me. Like I couldn't wait. If it was my day to go to class, I couldn't wait to get to class. Like, I thought about jiu-jitsu literally all day long was at work, right? So I go home, do what I got to do, whatever, and then drive back across town later on in the evening and then get my training session in. I wasn't going to drive all the way over there to play around, okay? I wasn't, at that time, blue belt, purple belt, I wasn't thinking about anything professionally, competing, opening the school, anything like that. I really didn't really think about opening the school to like brown belt, something like that, I just wanted to train, and I wanted to get good training. For one, I was paying for it. It was a lot of money. Two, I'm taking time out of my day and wait for my family to do that. And when I got over there and drive all the way back across town, a lot of times when I was driving back across town, I was tired because I worked all day. I caught myself falling asleep on the road most of the time. It's kind of dangerous stuff. The sun's beating on you. You're driving back across town, AC's on, and, you're getting a little sleepy. But once I got out of the car and went into them doors, man, it was time to go to work. You just smell the mats. You smell just the way the gym smelled. And people start coming in. And, you just want to do the work. So that's just me. That's my personality. That's what I bring to the table. And I like individuals that bring that to the table as well. Because why? It brings more of that. All right. It brings more of that. And so you got to have that mind shift. When it's time to put in work, let's put in the work. You don't have to be the most athletic person on my team, the most gifted person. You might not even get jiu-jitsu all that well, like as fast as other people. But if you're trying hard, you get much respect. You get mad respect from me along with the other teammates. You know what I mean? And then you have those other individuals that can try harder and do better, and they're just not, because why? They're just tired. They're just tired. They're just sore. They're just whatever. And that breeds more of that. It breeds more like, once I say that I'm tired, or this is aggravating me, or this hurts, oh, you know what? Oh, yeah, I'm hurt here too. Oh, yeah, I'm hurt too. And oh, yeah, this hurts and that hurts. Now, like, no one was thinking about that, but it just takes that one person to drop that, on the mat, and now everyone's complaining about their injuries, or their long day they had, or whatever they were dealing with at work, or whatever the case may be. The mat area is a time to detach, okay? Detach. I always use the example, like when I got out of my car to go to class, whatever problems I was dealing with, I try to leave those in my car. And then I go to class, get a great training session in, get a good workout, like relieve stress, whatever, and then get out of class. When I come back, then I'll deal with those problems. And I would deal with them better because I detach from those problems. But when you take those problems into the mat area and you're complaining and everything else, that radiates in the mat area, So I was talking to, one of my students last night, and I was just telling him, like, we have a lot of individuals on our mat area that put in work, I get excited when certain individuals show up, because I know that they're going to help me bring that level of work ethic up in the room when we're training. Not reckless, not crazy. No one's getting hurt. No one's like, of course you're doing jiu-jitsu. You're doing a physical activity, like, you're wrestling around. So, you're at some point you're going to tweak or pull something. But I'm talking like, like reckless training. We're just got good, solid, hard training every single day of the week, 365, every day of the year, man. We're just getting after it. And certain individuals that walk into that room, there's days where I am tired, I am sore, I am feeling a certain way. It's a long week, or I'm dealing with a lot, or maybe I didn't get the rest that I needed and my body isn't recovering right. And I know when certain individuals walk into the room, man, like, I just better be ready. Like, I need to, not literally, but like slap myself, basically, wake up and bring it. And if I'm not, those individuals will help bring that out of me. They will bring that extra work ethic out of me. They will pull that out of me, because I'm going to have to fight back really good against these individuals. Some of these individuals I have on my mat, they just bring it. They're not trying to hurt me. They're not trying to, they're just, they got respect for me. I got respect for them. They're just bringing, good, solid training my way. And what does that do? That brings that energy level up into the room. It makes me better. Now I got to fight back. So maybe I'm down and out. Maybe I'm not really feeling it. But once you start choking on me and passing my guard and beating on me and doing all kind of things, and you're racking up points on me, at some point, I got to decide I got to fight back. Either that or just keep on taking the whooping, right? And I don't want to do that. So because this individual or individuals, okay, because we got a lot of sharks in the room, man, at our academy, just like most academies do, they'll bring that out of me. And what I like about that, is it, like I said, it'll just push that. It's that ripple effect. So it can go either way. You got negative people, whining people, complaining people that want to talk too much, talk during the rolls, whatever. Man, that ripple effect will take over the mat area. And then the opposite can happen. Like, you're the hardest worker in the room. You got good work ethic. That stuff will radiate, ripple effect, boom. And now everyone, if you're feeling kind of a little sluggish, you're looking around like, oh man, well, I don't want to be the guy, the weakest one in the room, like, not doing nothing what I'm supposed to do. I got to pick my levels up. It reminds me of the movie Rudy. I got it written down here. So I watched Rudy during the shutdown. I don't know. I was out on the patio one night and Rudy was on, and I was like, I'm just going to watch Rudy. I haven't seen Rudy in forever, right? The football movie, Notre Dame, right? Anyways, there's a part in the movie, there's a lot of parts in the movie where this guy just wants to make the team. He's small, like no athletic ability. Like the coach even told him, like man, it just ain't going to happen, man. You're not going to make the team. It didn't matter. In his mind, he was going to make the team. So he pushed hard every single day. And what happened? The guys that were already on varsity, or, it wasn't varsity, but guys that were already on the team, that had their uniforms, already had their numbers, they were laid back. Like, they weren't working that hard because they were already on the team. This individual is trying to make the team. So every practice, man, he's just getting after it. He's just getting after it. And he's getting smashed. And he's just getting creamed like every single day because he's so little. And eventually, one of the football players, actually a couple of them, met him outside in the parking lot. They saw him walking there. He's going to his car, and they're hanging out by the car. And they're like, dude, like, what's up, man? Like, tone it down. You know what I mean? Because the other coaches are starting to ride the other guys that are already on the team to pick their level up. Like, man, if you would just work half as hard as Rudy would, you'd be this and that, All-American, like whatever the case. So these guys were actually mad at him because of his work ethic. He was just trying hard. What's wrong with trying hard? What's wrong with work ethic? Sometimes people think that's a bad thing. Like, that's a bad thing. I know sometimes we get a bad rap at our academy because we train hard. It's not training hard. It's just training. It's just practice. It's just regular training. Regular day you come in, you're going to get good work. You're going to get exhausted. You're going to feel like have a great workout, get a great sweat in. It's just regular training. There's no competition training going on right now. We got nothing coming up. It's just regular rounds. Every day of the week you come in, just better be ready. You just better be ready, man, because there's a bunch of Rudies on the mat. You know, you got to be like that. You got to have that mindset. Like, every day, man, you're just trying to bring it. And because why? We all get better because of that. We get better because of that. And we don't get better when the opposite happens. When you're coming in and you're complaining, you're whining, you're sore, you had a long day at work, everything else, and then you don't really want to work hard. You want to talk, okay? That breeds more of that. And then the individuals that do want to work hard, they're getting a little perturbed, you know, they're getting a little aggravated because they want to train. They really don't want to talk. They actually want to put in work. They sacrificed about an hour and a half, 2 hours away from their family that day or whatever it is they were doing that evening to come in and actually train. And there's a time and a place on the mat to talk, and that's like before practice, maybe during some of the warm-ups, during some of the drilling, maybe afterwards in the locker room or after practice over on the mat. But when it's time to roll, man, it's time to roll. And that's just what we do. We get after it. And there's a lot of Rudies on the mat that try to get after it. And then you get those other individuals, like the football players that already made the team. They're like, hey, tune it down a little bit. Like, you're going too hard. And that's not it. No, you should accept that and embrace that and tell them to bring more of that, you know, because, again, I deal with that, you know, almost on the daily. You know, there was a round yesterday, I think it was Monday, and I got 3 rounds in. I was like, man, you know, I wasn't that tired. And the guy I was rolling with, my friend that comes over and trains, Mr. Story, he's like, yeah, man, the class just went a little bit longer than normal, so we didn't get our 4 rounds in. I was like, man, we got to get that 4th round in. So class is already over. Everyone's leaving. So we get the 4th round in. And he's giving me the business, right? And I made a mistake. He capitalized on it. And it's like, man, this is not going well. So I look over at the clock. It's 2 minutes into the round. I got 5 minutes left. We do 7-minute rounds. Got more than enough time to make a comeback. Or I can sit here and let this guy beat on me for another 5 minutes and just take a mad whooping, right? No, that's not the mindset. The mindset is, this guy's bringing it. He's bringing that hard work my way. I need to match that. I need to up my intensity, and I need to come and give it to him and bring it right back at him, because why? We're going to make each other better that way. We're not going to make each other better if I say, oh, man, story time, man. I'm tired, man. Let's you know, what are you going to do later? You know, how's the family doing? How the kids, man? How's business over there? And I just talk him out of the role. That's not a good thing. That's not what he wants. What he wants is he wants to get better. He wants to sharpen the sword. I want to sharpen mine. So we just get after it and just let it be. So there's going to be times where you just feel that way, and you just need to suck it up, man, and just get after it, because that's what you need. It's just like a workout. You don't feel like going to get your run in, get your workout in. You need to go get the workout in. You need to get the run in. Like, you just need to make it happen. You got to test to study for it. You don't want to study for it. You got to study for it. Like, it doesn't matter. Whatever the case may be, there's going to be times where you just don't feel like it. Man, you got to feel like it. You got to make it happen. You got to work hard, because why? That brings more of that around you. People get attracted to that, just like people get attracted to negative people because they're negative. People that like good work ethic, like I do, and the other people around you, they're going to gravitate towards you because, man, you're going to help them. They know that you can help them because of the attitude and the work ethic that you bring. It's going to make them better, and it's also going to make you better. So, advice for today, recommendation for today: work ethic. Great work ethic breeds more of that. Bring it, and for the individuals that are around you, they're doing it. Don't shy away from it. Accept it and embrace it, and have them make you better. All right. Have good work ethic, great work ethic today. We'll catch you on the next one. Later.